About 15 years ago, my family and I immigrated to America. And ever since then, we've lived in Rochester, New York, and Syracuse, New York. One of the big things about the family members that I have in Rochester and in Syracuse is they say this: one's better, one's better. So I'm like, cool. I've looked a lot into Syracuse, and I've realized that Syracuse is like one of the greatest cities in the world. From the tech projects that are coming to the opportunities that exist here, I believe that Syracuse is one of the best places to actually live in 2025. And in this video, I'm going to give you my top 5 reasons why I think Syracuse is an absolutely hidden gem. Get to it. What's up, guys? Gigan here, your favorite real estate agent. And here's the thing. When we talk about Syracuse, one of the big things that a lot of our clients are talking about is this factor: affordability. You see, we had Jenna reach out to us from Arkansas a few months ago, and she said this: I'm looking to make a move. I've got family in Syracuse, but my budget is just around $400,000. Help me. Now, I actually audibly gasped when I heard $400,000 because here in Syracuse, that goes a long way. And here's the big thing. In places that are outside of Syracuse and outside of New York, even just New York City as a whole, that does not go that far. But here, it does. Because the median cost of living, the median cost of a home right now hovers around $175,000. And we've definitely seen an increase compared to last year, but at the same time, it's not that much, with median rent right now hovering around $1,200. If you want something that's affordable, you want homes, this is the place for you. Now, obviously, we've got specific subsets of the market that are a lot more expensive than this, right? Even places that are outside of Syracuse, like Casanova Lake, it's definitely going to get up there in price point. But as a whole, the cost of homes here is a lot less. But it's not always going to stay like this. Stick around. I'm going to explain to you why these home prices are going to jump up, and now is the perfect time to buy a house in Syracuse. One of the big reasons why a lot of our clients are reaching us actively here is because of the Micron project. And the Micron project is a $20 billion semiconductor chip that's going to happen in Clay, New York, about 15 minutes away from Syracuse. But what if I told you that Micron isn't the only company that's building here? There's a ton of opportunities for growth all over. Let me explain. You see, Syracuse is slowly becoming a tech and healthcare and education hub. We're seeing so much growth happen here. The city is benefiting from a $100 billion investment from manufacturing companies. We're creating over 50,000 jobs in the region over the next 20 years. And additionally, Syracuse University is a top research institution funding a steady demand for education and innovation as a whole. What am I trying to say? Well, I'm trying to say that we've got opportunities here like none other. And living in Syracuse is an opportunity that exists right now, but it's not going to exist forever. More and more companies actively look at upstate New York to invest in. Eventually, a lot of people are going to get priced out of these homes, meaning obviously you have to take all those things into consideration and factor in the opportunity cost of not purchasing a home right now. One of the big things about me is I hate one season. That's why I could never live in California and Miami for the most part. But I like 4 seasons. I do. I like seeing the fall foliage. I like seeing the winter snow. I like seeing the summer heat. But, well, people don't. And if you don't, then don't move to Syracuse. But if you do, it's gonna be fantastic. Let me explain. We've got all 4 seasons taken care of. For nature lovers, Syracuse offers some of the best outdoor recreations in the Northeast. The Finger Lakes, just a short drive away, provides year-round activities like wine tasting, hiking, and boating. I love boating, I'll tell you that much. Meanwhile, the Green Lake State Park and Onondaga Lake Park offer stunning natural escapes close to home. And hey, different strokes for different folks, right? Let me just explain this to you real quick. From winter fun, Syracuse is known as the snowiest city in the US, but that also means top-notch skiing and snowboarding in Song Mountain. From fall foliage, central New York has some of the most breathtaking fall colors, making it scenic for hikes and drives. And the summer festivals that exist too. Events like the Great New York State Fair draws visitors from all across the country. No matter the season, there's always something to do in the outdoors for Syracuse, and I absolutely love this fact. You see, a lot of the clients that are reaching out to us, some of them are living in California, in Seattle, Arizona, and even parts of Texas. And albeit there's definitely some, changes in the weather in some of those locations, there's really not that big in places like Texas or in California. I know they had some snow recently. Don't roast me in the comments. I love the fact that all 4 seasons exist because it kind of allows us to get a glimpse of every single thing here and every single opportunity that can actually be prevalent. Let me explain. If fall didn't exist, we don't know what events would happen in fall. If winter didn't exist, we don't know what events would happen in winter. All of this exists, meaning all the events exists with it. Pretty cool. And then combining with all those things, one of the big reasons why people come here, obviously with the lower cost of acquisitions of a home and because of the beautiful snow, but you've also got fantastic education. Now, I know we talked about Syracuse University a little bit. Let me explain everything else that exists too. And let me explain some of the educational opportunities here as a whole. Families with young children love Syracuse for its excellent schools and strong sense of community. The Fayetteville, Manlius, and Jamesville DeWitt school districts are constantly ranked as some of the best in the entire state, offering top-rated public education. And for higher education, I mean, we don't even need to talk about this, right? Syracuse University is a world-class institution that brings cultural vibrancy, NCAA sports excitement, and economic stability to the region. If you want something that you know your neighbors, you have the environment where you're actively going to some games and being a part of the community, Syracuse is the place for you, right? There's no other option for it. What's really, really unique is that I've been to these Syracuse, well, we call them Cuse games, and they get heated, man. Like, they're super fun. Like those, especially basketball. I mean, we're huge basketball junkies. They're really, really exciting. And you definitely see how you get to immerse yourself in the cultural experiences and the community as a whole. If that sounds like you and you want to be a part of a strong, tight-knit community, you want to have good schools for your kids, and also a cheaper cost of home acquisition, Syracuse is the place for you. You know, I've always been a food junkie. It's kind of one of the reasons that I work out so much. I have to, so I don't get fat. I know. Keep that in there. But one of the funniest things, I gotta mention this, is I've lived and I've been a part of big cities. I've also lived in Italy as a whole. I'm not gonna say, I know what you're thinking. I'm not gonna say it. Syracuse doesn't have better pizza than Italy. Or does, no, it doesn't, I'm just kidding. But we do have fantastic food, and that's something that I'm going to talk about a lot, because the food scene here in Syracuse compares and rivals a lot of the big locations in the big cities that exist all across the country. You see, one of the big things is Syracuse has a surprisingly diverse and growing food scenes. Whether you're looking for classic comfort food, international flavors, or farm-to-table dining, the city has plenty to offer, from local favorites like Dinosaur Barbecue, some of the best ribs and brisket around, to also Cedar Mill, a farm-to-table restaurant offering locally sourced cuisines, to also a bunch of Nepali restaurants that exist, and I mean a lot. There are so many different Nepali restaurants, it's amazing. But there's always something here for everyone. And also combining with this, besides just restaurants, Syracuse has a strong local craft brewery scene, with spots like Middle Ages Brewing and Willow Rock Brewing as a whole, making it a hot spot for beer lovers. We've got food, we've got affordability, we've got good homes, we got a sense of community, we've got things to do. What are you doing if you're thinking about making a move to Syracuse, New York? All of our information is in the description below. Give us a call, shoot us a text. We'd love the opportunity to help you. And all those things, I mean, we should definitely push and let you know this. Syracuse is not going to be inexpensive for long. That's a double negative, I think. But Syracuse home prices are going to go. We have a $100 billion semiconductor chip being built here. What do you think that's going to mean for all the people that are actively going to have to come here for jobs? Now is the time to buy a house. And if you're interested in every single thing that's happening, comment below and we'll let you know. And also, we did a video on all the new projects that are coming to Syracuse in 2025. I'm going to put that video right here. Watch it, and I'll see you soon. Peace.